on my time, I've got some incredible gentleman who's going to be coming on and explaining to you, the compensation plan. And this gentleman, actually, the first time I met him is when I went to an international event that we went into Barcelona, and he's actually training in front of tens of thousands of individuals. And he's a real humble individual, and he knows what he's doing. He's actually a senior vice president. He's in the pinnacle position. And I've met him a few times. He's given me so many tips. He's mentored me, even though he doesn't benefit from mentoring me, which is an absolutely amazing person. He's a humble individual, senior vice president, Abu Bakr Qasim.
Hey, Mr. Ben, thank you very much for the kind words, first of all, and thank you for your amazing, amazing training. I've seen this presentation so many times in the past 6.5 years, and honestly, every single time it just excites me even more. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well, and more importantly, I hope everyone is keeping safe during these difficult times. However, I really believe that it's through difficult times that people can really get ahead. So my name is Abu Bakr Qasim. I'm actually from a small city in the north of England called Bradford. And, just to share with you my story, I got started with this company just over 6.5 years ago. And prior to ACN, I was someone who was following the average life cycle, following the traditional way, you can call it. And I was working as an IT consultant. After having graduated in 2005, I started building a very successful career in IT. And I was someone who was very lucky. Actually, I was one of the 15% of people who did find a job in the field that I studied in. And after 10 years, working very hard, building a career, there came a point in my life where I thought, it's now time for a change. How long do I want to be working for somebody else? I was actually reading books where people were becoming entrepreneurs, people were becoming successful through various models and various platforms. The only problem for me was I was good at reading, but I never knew how to put my reading into action. So years ago, somebody gave me a book called Think and Grow Rich. And in there, it really said that, look, to do things or to have things in life which you've never had before, you have to do things which you've never done before, because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same result. So I was fortunate enough to receive a phone call in January of 2014. That's just over 6.5 years ago. And a very good friend of mine was working on this project. And he actually asked me whether I was open to making an extra income. Now, the only problem for me that time was I had gone back to university to actually do a full-time master's in international business. So time was against me. However, this is exactly what he said to me. He said, look, if you're going to always complain about not having time, there's never going to be the perfect time. So I said, well, look, I'm going to put my excuses to one side. And I got started just on a very part-time basis and, just working 10, 15, 20 hours a week, mainly on evenings and weekends. I actually saw the presentation. Not everything made sense at the beginning, but there was two things that really hit home. The first one was that this company had been there for over 20 years and they provide essential services. Everybody uses essential services. So for those of you who are brand new on this call today and you guys just watched the presentation and it went in one ear and came out of the other, I just want you to take two things away from this. First of all, the longevity of the company. Know that this company is in its 28th year today. So for a company to be around for 28 years, they surely must be doing something right. On top of that, we offer essential services. People need and use these services every single day, and people definitely pay bills for these services every single month. So that's what made sense to me. And then when I heard about residual income, when I heard how I could generate an income, build a global business in over 20 countries, that just really made sense. And I got started. Within my first year, I was able to achieve one of the highest positions within our company, which is called a regional vice president. And then within 3.5 years, just on a part-time basis, just by following the very successful model, I was able to achieve the position of a senior vice president. Now, there was many people who started with me, some of them stopped, some of them quit, and some of them kept on going. So, what I would say to you is give this a 3 to 5 year plan and really work hard, learn the model, learn the system, because today ACN's really allowed me to become time free, financially free. Now me and my wife actually homeschool our children. I was able to set up my own charity, my own place of worship. So this company has done so many things for me, and I want the world to know, that it was ACN that really changed my mindset and really change the outcome of my life. So it's my absolute honor and privilege to be explaining to you and showing you how you can become successful through the business and how you can start making money through our amazing, unparalleled compensation plan within the whole industry of network marketing. And the first point, which I just want to read out to you, is that no money or no compensation can be earned in ACN unless customers have been acquired. This is what really sets ACN out. And, they stand out from all the other companies out there, that 100% of the income earned within ACN, it's all based on customers, okay? No customers, no income. And this is what makes financial sense. This is what makes business sense. And secondly, ACN, or success as an ACN independent business owner, is not guaranteed. However, it's directly related to the effort which you put into your business, okay? So everything you're seeing today, it's hypothetical examples. This is what we want to make clear before we actually go into the compensation plan. Now, there's many different ways of making money within ACN. And the first way is money which you can make almost straight away. You can get started today and you can start to make now money. You can start to make short-term money almost immediately. For example, our monthly bonus promotions. If you went out there, you got started today and you acquired your first Verisure customer. So for every one Verisure customer, ACN would pay you £150. For every 3 Virgin Media customers, you can actually make up to £325. And then we have our combined bonus, where any 5 services, they can be the same services or they can be different services. For any 5 services, ACN would pay you a £200 bonus. And for every 5 services, you would continue to make a £200 bonus. Now, that's just the first way we get paid. Now, additionally, if you acquired 5 customers on Joy Mobile, which is our SIM card services for phones and tablets, then ACN would pay you a £200 bonus. But not just that, you would also receive a SIM card yourself, where 100% of the line rent would be paid for by ACN. You can see my mobile phone here. I've not paid a bill. I've not paid my line rent for almost 2 years now, simply because ACN pays it for me. And that's mainly because I have more than 5 customers on Joy Mobile. Now, if you were to acquire 5 EE customers, you would make a £200 bonus. 4 customers for Blue Green Energy would also give you a £200 bonus. 6 customers for Virgin Media would pay you more than what I was getting at my part-time job working at Matalan many years ago, £850. 5 customers for Verisure would give you £1,100, and 5 customers for First Data would give you £200. So for those of you who are new on the call today, you can see that all we're doing is acquiring customers. We're helping people to take a better service or take a cheaper service, and then we're making bonuses. Now, on top of the bonuses, every month we're going to have bills. One thing I know for sure, every month the first thing that I think about are my bills, but I get paid on my own bills. So if we're going to have residual bills every month, does it not make sense to get paid on your bills and earn a residual commission? Absolutely, it does. So you can see here at the bottom of your screen now, all the services which ACN offers in UK, and each service has a certain amount of points attached to it, okay? And then on the top right, you can see that you can get paid a residual commission of up to 10%. Now, how does someone make the maximum 10%? Well, once you start to acquire customers, you're going to be building your personal points. So if you acquire anywhere between 1 to 29 personal points, which is anywhere between 12 to 15 services, then ACN would pay you 1% of the residual commissions of every single one of your personal customers. Well, let's just go down to the bottom. 60 or more points, okay? That's anywhere between 25 to 30 services. That would give you the maximum commissions of 10%. So I want all of us to have this number, 60 points, embedded within our heads, okay? So keep this in the back of your head, and let's make 60 our minimum. Don't look at 60 and say, I just need to get to 60. Always raise your standards, raise the bar high, and let's go for 60 points. And by the way, this isn't 60 points a week. It's not 60 points a month. It's 60 points once in your lifetime. Like every other sales company which I worked for back in the days, I know that I would have to acquire customers every month to achieve my targets. So your target once in a lifetime is 60 points, which is around 30 services. Okay, most people do that within their first couple of months. Now, when it comes to building a team, this is amazing. It's really about building a network. Now, once you understand the power of networking, I'm telling you, things will never be the same. Because when I came into ACN, I never knew the concept of building a network. But then someone told me about how some of the most powerful concepts around the world, some of the most powerful companies around the world and most powerful models, they all based around building networks. And it's exactly the same thing that we do within ACN. So how do you build a network within ACN? We help other people, and we help other people to get involved within our business. So let's say you get started, okay, and you have a couple of friends who you want to introduce to the business. Now, these two friends of yours, let's say you have Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom, they would receive their own online shop, and they would fall on your first level. This is how you start building a network. Now, on your first level, Bob and Tom would go out there and they would do exactly the same, because we want to help them to build their network. So let's say they also introduced a couple of people to the business, and they also did the same, and that continued to happen down to 7 levels. Now, even though you've only introduced Bob and Tom to the business, you can see that if you keep the system going on 7 levels now, you would actually have 254 online shops in your business, all connected to yourselves. Okay. Now, let's just say we start acquiring customers and you only acquire 20 services. Okay. 20 services would give you around 60 points. So that's why we say 20 services. And let's say Bob and Tom, they also acquire 20 services each. So now you have 40 services or customers on your first level. Now that continues to happen all the way down to 7 levels as long as you remain consistent. Now on 7 levels, you can see not only do we have 254 online shops in our business, but now you would get paid, you would override over 5,000 customers every single month, right? That's unbelievable because you've only acquired 20 services, but the power of duplication and the power of the network allows you to get paid on over 5,000 customers a month. And when I heard this, I thought, right, I just need to remain steadfast, remain consistent, and just teach my team to do exactly the same to build my network. And you can also see here on each level, we get paid a certain percentage. So ACN recognizes that as you go down the levels, they're going to actually pay you a higher percentage. And the reason for that is because it's obvious that on the lower levels, there's going to be a higher number of online shops. Therefore, we can get paid up to 8% on your team's customers. Now, the last position is called earned positions and customer acquisition bonuses. We have various positions within our company, and you've already heard Ben explain how our first position is CQ, customer qualified, all the way till the last position of a senior vice president. So let me try and explain to you in very simple terms, especially for those of you who are here for the first time, how you achieve all these positions, and then we'll get to hear from some of our leaders. So the first position is called customer qualified, okay? Now, how does someone become CQ, customer qualified? All you need to do is just acquire 7 personal points from 3 services, okay? I was able to do this from my own home. Most of my team does this within their first 2 to 3 hours or within their first 24 hours, okay? So if you acquire your first 7 personal points with 3 services, that would allow you to become customer qualified. And not just that, you would also make your first bonus of £75 as long as you do this within 37 days. Forget 37 days. I was able to do this in 37 minutes. Okay, now we have the next bonus. If you basically increase your 7 points to 10 points, which will be from 5 services, and then, ACN would pay you an additional £125. So £200 you would make just for acquiring 5 services. That's almost half of the money that you've invested into a business back straight away. Now, the next step is to introduce a couple of people to the business. Now, if you have a couple of friends, anyone you know who may be looking to make an additional income, you introduce them to the business and you help them to do exactly the same. You help them to become CQ, customer qualified. Providing you can do this within your first 37 days, ACN would now pay you an additional £250. That's £450 now you've just made in your first month, which means you've almost recovered your full investment. Which business do you know that you can actually get all your money back within your first month? So that was the most amazing thing for me about ACN. Now, after that, we have the position of ETL, Executive Team Leader. Now, to become an Executive Team Leader, all you need to do is just acquire 30 points, okay? And your previous points would be carried over. So 30 points, you can either get 30 personal points, as in you can go and get these services yourself, or you can even use your team's points towards you becoming Executive Team Leader. So if you have 30 points in your whole organization, that would allow you to become an ETL, Executive Team Leader. Now, ACN has also set a bonus where if you become an executive team leader, where within your first 90 days, you've helped those 2 people on your front line to just build a team of 2 people each. So now you have 6 customer qualified IBOs from a minimum of 2 legs in your business. Okay, so something like this diagram here. Then if you can do that within 90 days, then ACN would pay you an extra £750, which means now you've made around £1,200 within your first 90 days. And that can be clear profit, okay? And something else happens once you become an executive team leader. You unlock another bonus, which is called a customer acquisition bonus, which basically means the day you become an ETL, after that, you or your team helps 1 person to get started. That 1 person achieves the first position of customer qualified, which means they've got 3 to 4 services, and they've now made a £75 bonus check for themselves. ACN would pay you a £60 bonus. But just imagine you helped 5 people become customer qualified. That would be a £300 check for you. If you and your team collectively help 10 people become customer qualified, that would mean you would make a bonus of £600. And if you help 20 people together with your team to become customer qualified, which is just the first position, and by the way, you're actually helping people to build a business and get paid, then ACN would pay you a £1,200 bonus. Now, we have many executive team leaders on this call today, but we have one gentleman who we invited today to share a testimonial. And that's only because you don't need to hear it from us. You can hear directly from people achieving such positions. And this is a gentleman who today has around 150 personal points in his business. And actually, this is one of my friends who I met 20 years ago in school, and we've just reunited after 22 years. And, you know, he just saw me recently. He got started within our business and he's doing amazing things. So please help me welcome onto the call top producing executive team leader, Mr. Atif Iqbal. Welcome, Atif.
Welcome. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. So good afternoon, guys. My name's Atif Iqbal. I'm actually a former PE teacher as well as a former traditional business owner. Like Abu Bakr said, I actually met him after 22 years in his nice Range Rover, and I decided I wanted some of that. So I asked him what he was doing. He asked me for around 20 minutes of my time so he could show me the presentation. So I looked at the presentation, and 2 things that stuck out for me straight away. The first thing was generational wealth. So it was basically me working hard now and leaving something for my family whilst I'm not here. And the second thing that really, really made sense was the power of residual income. The power of residual income was the first time I heard of something like this. I've always been involved in traditional things. So the power of residual income was really something that pushed me towards the business. So my journey just started recently. I was really pleased with what I wanted to do and how I wanted to go about my business. So far, I have managed to acquire almost 150 points personally. I have over 100 business partners globally, not just in the UK, but around the world as well. My team customers are well over 300, so I'm really, really close to my next position. And for all this, I know I can't thank the system of ACN and my mentor enough. Every time I've needed support, somebody has always been there who knows more about me than this business. So I'm really, really grateful for all the support that I get from the system. And I really wish everybody the best. So thank you very much for the kind words, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Atif. We could just about make out what you said, but thank you for sharing your story. So that was the position of an executive team leader. Now, the next position is called regional director. Now, this is a very special position. Myself, I was able to quit my job at that time. But once again, it all depends on how you want to run your business. And this position of a regional director, once again, to get there, you need to actually accumulate 600 points in your whole organization. So this is a collective effort. This is a team effort throughout your whole team. So around 250 to 300 services acquired in your whole organization would allow you to become a regional director. And once again, this month only, this is the only month where ACN has set this bonus. So those of you who are here for the first time, it's an amazing opportunity for you guys to benefit from this, where if you actually register this month and within your first 120 days, you're able to acquire achieve the position of a regional director, then ACN would pay you an additional £7,500, totaling or making all your bonuses of over £8,500. Okay. Now, Now, once you achieve the position of a regional director, now at this position, every time you and your team help one person to become customer qualified, okay, which means helping them to achieve their first position and getting their first paycheck, it would allow you to make anywhere between 160 to 220 pounds for every single customer qualified IBO. So if you and your team were to help 15 people become customer qualified, that would give you a £2,400 bonus. If you and your team were to help 25 people achieve the position of customer qualified, that would give you a £4,000 bonus. And this just goes on, because if you were to help 50 customer qualified IBOs, then that would give you an £8,000 bonus in 1 month, okay? And at this position, and by the way, we have so many region directors doing amazing things, but on this call today, we have invited one regional director. You know, this lady, I've actually seen her working very, very hard. She's duplicated herself, helped other people to also become a regional director. And today she holds this powerful position. So please help me welcome onto the call, Regional Director, Miss Babika Lokcham.
Thank you so much, Abu Bakr. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Babika. My background, I'm a science graduate, so I had no business background. When I got approached to ACN, it was through Facebook by my friend. And that time, I had just finished my master's degree in science. And I was looking for opportunity because I wasn't happy looking, just following the crowd, looking for a job, working for someone until I retire. And she just invited me to an ACN event, and I went to meet new people and to learn new things. And I got exposed to the whole world of ACN network marketing, and I was blown away. And the key concept I really liked, and it was new to me, and I was fascinated about, was personal growth and residual income, and which ACN provided a great platform for. And I got started there, and then followed one step at a time, the proven system of ACN, and reached regional director at the moment, which is my position. Very much excited to help many more people to achieve this position and higher and achieve more success. It's all over to the help and support to the proven system of ACN. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Babika, and we look forward to your next position. And that actually brings me on to the next position, which is called a regional vice president. Now, this is a very special position. First of all, to get there, you and your team need to accumulate 3,000 group points. So this is in your whole business. And, you know, this will allow you to become a regional vice president. To get there, once again, you know, it really, you've got to show determination, you know, real leadership. And at this position, once you get there, ACN will fly you out to one of our international conventions, and you will get recognized on a stage in front of thousands and thousands of people. And, you know, it's really a powerful position to be at. So, for this position, we have an amazing gentleman, someone who I got to meet in person through the business. And he has been doing amazing things, building a global business. He's originally from France, but the power of this business is that it allows you, the residual income allows you to live anywhere you want. So right now he's actually living in UK, however, still building a global empire. And we have him on the call today. So we're very fortunate. And especially for those of you who are new here today, you're going to get to hear now from a regional vice president. So please help me welcome Mr. Jean-Michel Pecorello. Welcome.
Abu Bakr, thank you very much. I hope everybody is well on this beautiful day in UK. I was a teacher at the university when I was first introduced to the business. I was finishing my PhD in economics. When I got the call, the famous call that says, "Are you open to make extra money?" Funny enough, I don't know if I was open to make extra money. Yes, because a teacher doesn't make a lot of money. But I was more open to changing lifestyle. Why? Because I knew university would not give me the lifestyle I wanted, and I was open. So my friend who introduced me said, "There's a couple of things that caught me. The first thing is like for less than £500, you can be your own boss." I'm like, really? I mean, I saw my dad being his own boss. He didn't put £500 to start his own business for sure. Okay. And second, he told me you can start learning how to be an entrepreneur on a part-time basis. I'm like, okay, good. Where do I sign? I didn't even barely saw the presentation. I said, where do I sign? How do I get started? I got started on a part-time basis. I remember I was going to uni, teaching in the morning. In between classes, I was giving some ACN presentation. In the afternoon, I was finishing my PhD. In the evening, I was doing presentation again for 1 year. Okay, for 1 year, I was dedicated. After 1 year, I got the regional director position. I went full time. Okay, I already was making like 4 times what I was making as a teacher. I was like, no way, I'm going to carry on university. I literally left the PhD, left teaching. I went full time with the business. After 2 years of business, I became regional vice president, and literally now I have the chance to work from wherever I want, for wherever I want actually. And I actually chose London as the place to live. I love the city, and I chose to be here, and that's pretty amazing for me. And the most exciting part of all of this, I think, for me, is surrounding myself with ambitious people, and that through the ACN system give me the possibility to have people who are more excited, more ambitious than me, and they push me to do greater things in my life. And I'm really grateful for the ACN system for that. Thank you, Abubakar.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, Jean-Michel. And, we are really grateful for your services and everything you are doing to inspire so many people around the world. Thank you so much. Now, the final position is called a senior vice president. And this always excites me because not only is this my current position, I was able to achieve this within 3.5 years. But once again, it's up to you how slow or how fast you decide to go. And very shortly, we actually have an amazing gentleman who holds a position of a senior vice president, and you're going to get to hear from him very shortly. To get to this position, you now need to seriously duplicate your business, help 2 people to change their lives and become a regional vice president, and help 4 people achieve the position of a regional director. And once again, this is the pinnacle position within our company. And, it's entirely up to you, if you want to get there. That's the most amazing thing. Everything is in your control. As long as you're working consistently, you can achieve senior vice president. Now, that was the end of my training. I know there was a lot to take in. So for those of you who are brand new here today, you have nothing to worry about. The whole purpose of this training is to give you an idea of how the business works. But the person who invited you, who is going to be working directly with you, they're going to help you step by step to actually move through our positions. Now, I just want to finish off by just promoting a few of our leaders who have achieved a few milestones and achieved a few positions since last week. So we do this every week where we really want to recognize, and ACN really takes recognition seriously. They really appreciate the fact that people are going out there and working hard. And the first person is someone who's actually achieved 75 points. So that's more than 60 now. They've actually gone one step ahead, and they have actually achieved 75 points. So that is Christy Hemenraj. So welcome, Christy. That's amazing, and I'm definitely sure you won't be stopping there. Now, the next group of people are newly promoted executive team leaders. These people have come into the business, and they've now started to build a team, acquire customers. So since last week to now, we have 3 people who have achieved this position, and the first one is Joyce Matanga. Then we have Brian Pereira and Grace Karanja. That's absolutely fantastic. Well done to you guys, and all the best for your next positions. Now, it gives me great